Hyper Otaku. I know we're missing some members today,
No,
but
they're here.
they hate us, so they just left.
They're just off camera.
What if
They
they were-
exist in
Even though-
spirit.
Even though Emma clearly posted that she was not here.
Yeah, all of that stuff. I'm Maxwell Song, and today I guess I'll be running our little shindig. And
Yeah, talk about
obviously,
yourself
we're
more.
I guess this is kind of our OG crew when we used to
Yeah.
do
different
basically a
show.
show kind of like this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Show before.
Who are you guys? Introduce
Hello.
yourselves.
Yourself.
You can do yourself first.
I already introduced myself.
Oh,
No, you're
yes, that's
fat,
right.
Max.
Oh, my fact.
Yeah, whatever your
My
fact.
turkey fact. I'm gonna have a turkey fact today because
Guys, today's our Thanksgiving episode. He better say that.
it's our Thanksgiving episode, which I was going to segue. And did you know that turkeys are actually related to T-Rexes? I didn't know that. Also, they sleep in trees because apparently they're like the biggest prey. So I didn't know that. That's your turkey fact for the day.
Yay.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hi everyone, my name's Michelle Chubby Bunny, that camera, and my turkey fact of the day is that every year the president pardons a turkey. This year he'll probably just buried alive. That was depressing.
Okay.
That was it. Hi, I'm
Great
Michelle.
segue.
And my
Well done.
turkey fact is that I love brining turkeys for like 5 hours overnight before you cook it because it makes it really delicious and juicy.
Hours?
It's more than that,
Hours?
but I can't remember. You do it overnight.
That's a long time.
It's put in a bucket and it's fine.
Anyways, I'm Human Warlock, and I did not realize we were gonna do turkey facts until
It's last
5
minute.
seconds ago. So I have a fact about me. I am having a crazy allergy attack today, so I
Yeah.
will definitely be sneezing.
Not a
Sorry.
turkey fact. Not a turkey fact.
Not a turkey fact,
But
a
just
fact
as
about
good.
me.
Thanks everyone who stuck around from Power Rangers and is still watching us, or just who are here for us. Ice Hulk, I see you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
All
appreciate
two
it.
of you.
We
We
appreciate
love you guys.
Wink.
We love you guys.
Wink.
Wink, wink.
And what are we? We are
are
Hyper
Hyper
Otaku!
I love that you asked the question first so that
Yeah,
we can
so
answer
it's like a
it.
segue.
It's a
Yeah.
great segue.
You guys
Call
are-
and response.
If you guys don't know this bit, it's that we never know when to do this. We are Hyper Otaku things.
It's not
so we
really
fuck it
a
up every
bit.
week.
It's
a
just
bit, we
something
mess it
that
up
we
every
can't
week.
do for some reason as human beings.
Wow.
But let's get into it. We're gonna go with our weekly segment, Weeb Weekly, where we talk about the best and greatest weeb news that we could find the day before.
Sometimes before the day
Max,
Sometimes.
you are nailing it with these segues today.
I know. Thank you. I'm very good at bad
Should call you
segues.
Maxwell
That's
Segue
my life.
Song.
Yes, Maxwell segue song.
Okay, so our first news for the day is, I guess now artificial shooting stars are like a really huge thing, or it's a thing
Ooh.
that's going to happen eventually.
Uh-huh.
And here's this fancy video of, like, I guess I don't know what their conceptual trailer, if you will.
Oh, so it's not. This isn't real.
Oh,
it's not done
This is
yet.
CG.
Yeah, but we're just
Alright.
gonna
This
we're just
isn't-
gonna watch
okay,
it.
I guess we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotta move it off the timeline there, Max.
I'm good with technology.
Sky can't miss.
Mhm.
There it goes.
Oh,
Oh,
look at
whoa!
them touching fingers.
Wow.
And stuff.
Is this the whole trailer? Like,
This is
are we
such a
watching this whole
movie
thing?
trailer.
Are we
So-
watching this whole thing?
So basically, the concept is that they
It's a box. It's
basically
garbage.
shoot like these artificial, or I guess poop
Max.
out these artificial stones.
That's space garbage.
That's well, it burns up in the atmosphere.
We're
so
polluting
it's
the
kinda-
space areas.
Yeah,
Yeah, how
probably.
sustainable is this?
What the fuck is this shit?
Probably really
Does
sustainable.
that come to Earth? And that's
Yeah.
why. Oh
Well,
my
it
god.
It burns up
Okay,
in the
it
atmosphere.
burns in the atmosphere.
But what if it doesn't and it kills someone?
Okay, I don't
It's
know.
definitely burning up in the atmosphere, Michelle.
How do they know for sure it will burn?
Because if it's falling at a certain speed, it's gonna burn up.
But
in
what
the
if a
atmosphere.
part of it doesn't and then it kills
Why don't you
someone?
understand this?
Michelle, it would have to be bigger than like a shuttle in order to not burn up.
Oh man. So basically,
the guy who plays him said that satellite is pooping.
yes, it is pooping beauty
It's pooping.
into the air.
You guys can buy our Hype RPG one when it comes out.
Yeah, please. I'm sure it's only like $1 million or
Yeah.
something.
You can name it the Zack
per-
Attack or whatevs.
Um,
Everwalkie just told me to math, Michelle. Dare
Why
you.
can't you math?
Math. Why
Dare
can't you
you.
math or science?
Okay, so the artificial shooting stars is from a company called Ale. Apparently, that's how you pronounce it. And
Ale.
you can order the shooting stars. It's not actually out yet, but it's going to be out in 2019.
Mm.
And so the thing about this is, and what makes it really interesting, is whether or not they're going to have it ready for the 2020 Olympics in
Olympics.
Japan. Which is kind of the main draw of this.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of the point of, like having this intricate show. So we don't know. We don't know.
Failure
Hopefully.
says it's not true. Doesn't always burn up. It depends on the re-entry angle.
Well, that's
Oh.
definitely true.
I'm
but
pretty sure he
assuming
Googled
they
that, but-
calculated
I believe you
this.
because that sounds more
That sounds
scientific
very
than
Yeah,
me.
absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds very high science.
But I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping that this becomes like, just something that they've calculated and not some
Yes.
sort of like anime-esque apocalypse.
I don't
So
think it's gonna happen,
I
guys.
hope that they're all math Asians.
There's
and
no,
just
there's
Yeah.
no way that everyone's gonna be cool with this shit. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way.
I don't know.
I mean,
Well,
unless it's like it's sustainable and it does
Yeah.
actually. They have tested it. It actually burns up.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like some sort of like carbon something or other that burns up, and not just space trash like we're assuming it's going
Space
to be.
poop. Space poop.
Or maybe it's a deadly weapon. Who
Alright.
knows? And then let's find our anime heroes eventually.
Uh-huh.
And our next bit of news is that it is the 30th year anniversary of the Yamanote line and Final
Oh.
Fantasy, and so they're going to have a I guess
crossover
like
episode?
it's like an RPG promotion
No,
where
stop
you
it.
you basically go and you scan a QR code from these really huge posters that's just
With your
basically
phone.
all over the Yamanote
Oh,
line.
there it is.
And there's like a ton.
And you get a
of
cloud
people.
strife in your phone. How does it? What happens?
Well, okay, so basically it unlocks like certain amounts of posters, and I guess it like tracks how many people tweet it out. And so when you're against the boss, you get to actually like fight the boss as a
With that
community
character?
with
Oh.
that character.
Oh, with his
and-
stats.
And so it's like you unlock posters, which is pretty cool.
What does this
It's
have to
all
do with
over.
trains?
I don't know. It's just a tie-in thing.
Well, yeah, gotta read the whole
so we
article,
have
I guess.
we have the website.
No, you can't look at
And
it.
we can
No.
we'll show you real quickly like all the cool stuff that they have, just in case you're not going to be in Japan
and
in the
throw
next
to
month,
website.
unfortunately.
Like most of us.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
So
nope,
yep,
there we go.
there we go.
There we go.
You guys, this is
What
called
is
this is called
Astila?
Googling with Hyper Otaku. This is the segment
Yeah.
where you just Google for you and you look at us.
That actually
Google.
could be really fun if anyone wants to do that. So this is the main poster.
There's too many characters. Yeah.
Here's Terra,
yeah.
which is
My
pretty cool.
Terra.
And then these are some of the bosses that you can fight. I believe
Uh-huh.
there's a Gilgamesh or something, and
well,
here's
I
a
can't
cute
read-
sign that they have.
I like that it's handwritten.
So
That's
here,
good.
here's one of the bosses. So you scan the QR
Is that
code, and
Ifrit?
it has like a
yeah, that's Ifrit. No,
a-
that's an Esper.
no,
that's
no,
not a boss.
that's Ifrit.
yeah,
This is Shiva.
yeah.
I don't know who
I
this
can
is.
read it. It says
Oh,
Ramu,
that's supposed to be.
Ramua.
Oh, it's Ramo.
Ramua?
That's weird. Because that I thought this was like some sort of skull train, but that's actually his beard. If
It
you could
does
see.
look like a skull train.
Oh, I
This is
thought it
his
was
beard.
a skull
Like,
train too.
I literally thought it was like demonic Thomas the Train.
Yeah.
But it's not. This is
Okay,
Rama,
okay.
That's
the
some-
lightning summon.
yeah, Odin,
and
my-
here's Odin.
Oh, that's Odin. Sorry. Yeah. Odin.
And here's some
Oh,
booby
that's
lady.
so much kanji. I can't read
Oh,
it. Sorry,
yes.
guys.
Yeah, I don't know where she's from actually.
blah,
I
no
think
blah,
she's from
blah.
the city. Yeah.
That's Bahamuto.
And this is Bahamut.
That's what it says. It's Bahamuto.
Yeah, it says right there. And
Bahamuto.
here's Cloud. And then you get
Squall.
Squall. I was gonna call him Skull. And then Lightning.
Lightning.
And then
Nine.
Yustola. If anyone
Hold on.
plays Final Fantasy 14 or seen Dad of Light, you'd probably recognize it from 14. And then here's
Hey,
Noctis.
Sasuke.
Sasuke.
It's not
our,
Sasuke.
our edgelord Sasuke Final Fantasy
All right,
character.
that's enough.
Yes.
So
Enough of that.
that was that. So
Just Google it.
just Google it.
Yes.
If you're in Japan within
you
the
like
next month, and a
trains,
lot of people
And
are there for the
Mhm.
most part.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
And like Final Fantasy.
And like Final Fantasy.
trains. And Japan.
And like trains.
Give it a googs.
It's gonna be running until December 27th.
Man, has
So-
it really been 30 years of Final Fantasy?
It's been 30 years of Final Fantasy, but more importantly,
that one.
30 years of the East Japan Railway
Right,
Company.
Oh.
right.
More
Yes,
importantly.
Yes, yes,
More
yes, yes,
importantly.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and that is basically most of our news for today.
Cave Joester says Googling with Hypertaku, aka how to violate Twitch TOS.
Nah.
Don't worry, it's live. They can't control us. We're not Googling. We're going with thing. Okay.
All right, hot takes. Lucas, hot takes.
Max is not doing.
Dropping it with the
They
hot
cursed-
takes there.
Okay, they kind of cursed me when they were
The
like, "Do the
segues.
good segues." I'm not gonna do good segues anymore. I have nothing to prove.
So I was gonna talk for my hot take. I was gonna talk about Terrace House, but you know what's eating my life up right now? Animal Crossing,
Yeah,
Pocket Camper.
Animal Crossing. It came out today.
Guys, I'm all over that. It's amazing. It's really fun. It's free to play. You pay money for like getting your
The league
furniture,
tickets
your furniture
and-
shit made quicker and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. Go play it. Download it now. It came out a day early. I'm like so
Yeah,
excited.
it's really awesome.
Animal
And if you
Crossing.
like anything
and your friends
related
can
to
give you
Animal
kudos,
Crossing, it's
and
like,
that means you get like more items.
yeah, but what were you gonna actually say about
About
Terrence's
Terrence's
house? Are we
house.
gonna say
Yeah.
anything?
Oh, that I'm starting to almost finish the episode, the season of Boys and Girls in the City,
Mhm.
and it takes there's a really good there's a really sad episode where Armin almost dies, and then there's a
What?
really upsetting episode where the 18-year-old girl has to do a gravure photo shoot. I'm like, are they showing this? And she's like upset, and I'm like, I don't know why they're putting this on
Oh wow.
TV, but it's-
Because the Japanese teenage life is it's pretty
she's
hard.
18. I was like, they shouldn't be showing
Yeah.
this.
Wait,
It was-
wait,
Because
how did they almost
18
die?
I mean, she's
Armin?
not even an
What?
adult in Japan if she's 18.
Mhm.
Technically not, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think from what I hear, you can be like 16 and do those.
Yeah, I
things.
think
Mm.
age of consent is like 14.
Yeah.
I think 16 is smoking, but yeah, Armin is skateboarding and then he gets hit by a car. He's
Oh.
fine, but like the scene where they're like all telling each other what happened, and then he just comes home, and then like it switches back to like the Japanese host, and they're like, they're like, oh my god, that's amazing, like, it's okay, it's great, he's okay, and then they have to like the cute girl brings out her tablet and is like. So it turns out that skateboarding on major streets in Japan is illegal, and this, according to the statement made by the officer on the patrol for this duty, like Armin was breaking the law, and he basically like he had to pay a fine also.
And get hit by a car.
Hit
That's
by a car
great,
and
yeah.
pay a fine.
But they're not supposed to
Yeah.
skateboard
Good.
on streets in Japan. So
That is okay. So I guess I'll never skateboard in
yeah,
Japan.
yeah, Chum Chum Jim.
He got yelled by a
he,
cop.
he definitely got
Yeah.
yelled at by a
the
cop.
Keisatsu came after him.
I've been yelled at by many cops in Japan, and
Yes.
most of it was just very funny to me. I was like, what?
There's
Yes.
Anyway,
The cops in Japan are very different. From
Yeah,
cops in
they're
America.
very kind, and they mean
Yes.
well, but sometimes they don't know what they're saying.
I don't know if this is a real fact, and this is only something that I've heard from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Oh,
but
nope,
after a
nope,
while,
nope,
if you like if you like are speeding past a certain like miles per hour, the cops will not chase you. Which I don't know if
I
it's
feel
true.
like I
Once
believe
again,
that,
it's
but it
from
doesn't
Fast and
sound-
Furious Tokyo
so-
Drift. So
Yeah.
I think my experience with the import scene is that is true.
Guys,
It's a very
Guys-
high speed. I'm not gonna say what speed it is, but it's a
Uh-huh.
very high.
yeah,
speed.
don't
Yeah.
tell the internet. They
it's
can't
like
Google
it's
it.
like a rocket.
It
Guys,
is
guys,
crazy.
this is hot takes. Let's go to the next one.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. My hot take for the week is Inuyashiki. Spoiler alert!
What
right
the hell
now.
is that?
Don't listen if you haven't seen it. Inuyashiki is that
Oh, that's right.
that-
I know what it is.
that anime that will probably be on Netflix. No, it's on Anime Strike. It's on Anime Strike right now. It is.
our favorite.
It is not my favorite service, but it's a seinen type manga. And it's
'Kay.
done by the same guy who did Gantz.
Okay.
So it's about an old man who becomes a robot and this
Oh.
psychotic teenager who becomes a robot and starts killing a bunch of people. So in this most recent
He
episode,
kills a bunch of bad people.
the older guy
Sometimes.
kills a bunch of bad people. The high school kid kills a bunch of families. It's really hard to watch, but this week he kills a bunch of internet trolls, and it was the most rewarding show I have ever seen. Like he
Wow.
literally
Wow.
figures out how to hack computers because he's obviously a robot,
Mhm.
and basically jump from computer screen to computer screen, and basically go like bang and kill them like just from the screen. It was just like
I don't.
because
that's-
basically the kid's mom kills himself after being harassed
Uh,
because it comes out that he's a serial killer, and so
uh,
he basically goes after Nichan or
Spoilers!
Tuchan
Uh-huh.
and kills everybody. I was like,
Oh, boy.
wow,
So
this
say,
is amazing.
say the title one more time. Smuggy the Goblin didn't get it.
That's Inuyashiki.
It's Inuyashiki.
So not
kind of like-
Inuyasha.
Yeah,
Almost
sounds
No.
like Inuyasha, but it's Inuyashiki.
Yeah,
and if you're looking for Inuyasha, do not watch this.
Yeah.
yeah, that's not the same thing.
It's not the
definitely
same thing.
Cool.
It's definitely very,
sounds
very
interesting.
gory and has a lot of really mature, heavy imagery. So,
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
All
It's still
right,
very
but it's
interesting.
so real. It's so good.
So good.
My hot take for the week is that I watched Boruto.
Oh,
Boruto.
yes.
Boruto.
Boruto.
The show of
Boruto.
Naruto Spawn. And it basically is an episode about Inojin not being able to use his like painting jutsu.
Ooh.
And so I guess it's like a weird like what is that called where you like an artist block. He has like this
Yeah.
artist block, and then he has to really like figure out why
can't
this
draw?
isn't working.
Yeah.
And so he enters an art contest trying to figure this out, and Himawari wins the contest. even though like Inojin has made this beautiful like landscape of like Konoha,
Oh
like
no.
Himawari wins, and basically he goes up to Himawari and is like, "I want to be your apprentice."
Oh my god,
Yes,
that's
it's
amazing.
so cute.
Oh, I'm definitely not caught up on Boruto.
I think you could basically skip everything else except last week.
I don't care
Yeah.
about the Mist Country people at all. I just
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure it ends well, y'all.
Shinobi bout though,
I just
right?
have
Am
so
I
much
Shinobi
right?
bout.
anime to
guys.
watch that I can't like just watch ones that I'm not 100% into. But okay, I'll skip to that.
Yeah.
But
Good,
yes.
good.
Anyway, Himawari is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very like this is the episodes that this series actually needs.
Yes.
Because the thing that's always interesting about Naruto was the side characters, and now they're actually starting to get into that. And so now they're like a new generation of people that are now watching this are going to grow up with that generation of ninjas, which is, I think is
I'd be like,
pretty
you know, the
interesting.
anime about Boruto's dad. It's like pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's pretty
Thanks,
cool.
Guts Heart, Jay.
Yes.
We get that. We get that. I mean, wink. Great.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Thanks.
anyway, really good. Check it out. And we're going to go with our usual weekly serialization / review on next time on. Segways
Segways.
are hard. Okay.
No badass video, y'all.
So we'll start off with Ancient Magus Bride because
Yeah.
I feel like it was one of those episodes where it's like it's setting up stuff. It didn't really necessarily have anything super interesting.
So if you cried about the cats, get ready to cry about some goddamn dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
this is where she gets her familiar, and it's this is the non-spoiler version of this episode. It's about how she gets her familiar, how
Right.
Chise gets her familiar, and we reveal some crazy shit about not
Bruce.
Ruth?
nope, the
Or,
goat man, goat
Oh, Elias.
Elias,
Elias.
yeah.
There we go.
Goat man.
Goat man. So the spoiler synopsis is
that she meets Ruth and
oh shit.
The synopsis is they mean
No,
Ruth.
the episode starts and you
Yeah.
see Ruth.
she gets Ruth, and that's literally the only reason why I watched this episode.
Yeah, they don't really. If you don't know what Ruth or who Ruth is, he's basically kind of this curly-haired, like all black wearing.
He's
character.
basically a Grimm.
Yeah, but he's a black dog, and if you know anything about like I guess what English folklore, a black dog is basically kind of a
it's
ghost
like
demon
Celtic.
dog. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I have a
Lore,
black
yeah.
dog. I didn't
Yeah.
know she was a
Um,
ghost.
Yeah, it's basically like Sirius Black turns into a big black dog in
Uh-huh.
Celtic
Oh,
mythology.
Irish wolfhound.
Or
Yeah.
so they
Oh,
they usually
Thanks, Al Quinn.
they usually symbolize the coming of death or misfortune.
Right.
That's what black dogs.
Just like my cute doggy does.
But
Yes.
Ruth is it's a pretty good dog guy.
It's a very good episode.
Yeah,
I think
it's very good.
it kind of extrapolates a little more on Chise's motivations, like
Mhm.
what she wants to do. She's kind of like taking some charge and being like, you seem like this. The other girl shows up. She's like, you seem bad. I'm just gonna make you fall asleep with this like totally like rape drug I made by accident.
Yeah.
And it shows that she has like a job now. Like she's making
Yeah.
potions and stuff and learning about magic. I wouldn't even. I mean, like I guess you would technically call it a filler episode because nothing very dramatic happens. But I think the reveal at the end of the episode of Elias's like true form was like
Yeah.
Oh,
VV
boy.
dramatic.
Yeah.
They don't
VV
they
dramatic.
don't really show most of it, but it's like all the parts that like they reveal. You're just like, what is this thing?
He's
it's
like-
just
yeah.
something super scary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause I mean,
he's like a
great.
thorn spirit or something
Yeah,
like
because
that.
the girl's like the girl who wakes up from the rape drugs or whatever.
They're not rape
yeah.
drugs, guys. Oh my god.
It's like sleeping. It's a sleeping potion.
Sleeping
potion.
Sure.
She's like, oh yeah, my master said he was like somewhere between trying to pretend to be a human, but she's like, no, his form is very purposeful and it's very scary.
yeah.
Spoop, spoop, spoop.
And then it also kind of like goes into his motivations of what he is. Basically, he is not human, obviously, but he's also a created demon, and he's trying to become human.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that they basically reveal. And that's
Yeah.
why it's kind of important to watch. is-
And that he has done something bad, so he's trying to like atone for it, but you
Mhm.
don't know what that thing is yet. So it's a
Yeah.
good episode. Watch it, please, guys. Be watching this series. It's
Yeah,
super
it's-
freaking good.
it's
I think
It's
it was very
beautiful.
slow to start, but it's kind of starting
it's
to ramp
ramping
up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also the music is amazing.
Ugh.
All
Yeah.
the time. It's just
Cry,
like
cry, cry, cry. Yeah.
the atmosphere in it is beautiful,
Mhm.
and it's just such a good experience.
Yeah.
But we're going to go to our Shokugeki no
Ugh.
Soma section,
Ugh.
which was lit.
Oh my god, it was so good.
It was
Okay.
really good.
So here's
It
the
was really good.
non-spoiler synopsis.
All right.
Is that
Non-spoiler
just
is
try
that
it.
he basically fights the
Azon.
Azon at a Shokugeki, which they basically did ramp up last week. And now this is kind of where the results come in and they start actually, I guess, presenting their dishes. So that is a non-spoiler version. Now the spoiler version. Basically, they present their dishes. So
The end.
the end. But,
So what's on the line here is basically if Soma wins, they won't shut down the Polar Star Dormitory.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Azon has sent his little baddies to go basically evict the friends, and the friends are basically fighting back.
and apparently
And-
this is stuff that has happened within the many like different dorm like generations. So it's
I just realized I'm one episode behind.
So we just
well,
spoiled
and
it
to be
for her.
fair, it did come out today, and I did watch it at work.
It's
so
been kind of a hell of a week, guys. Sorry. Okay, yeah, great.
Yeah. But,
But it was
Negihammer
good?
says he made Thai angel wings. Basically,
He did.
He basically
that
did.
is a real
Angel
thing.
wings.
Yeah. He basically made gyoza, but stuffed inside boneless chicken wings, which is, if you don't know, it's Thai like angel wings.
Yeah.
How would
But
you
but he did do the thing where like the traditional where you kind of like make this crust with flour, but he made it with
With-
Parmesan
yeah.
cheese.
Ooh.
Oh,
And he had
yeah.
his special
Parmesan.
sauce.
Yeah, and a special sauce.
But he did turn the judges, the Thai, because the judges were bought, if you
Yeah.
don't remember. And the judges basically tried it and all voted for him after realizing that his, what they assumed like B grade
yeah.
slapped
Mhm.
together food was basically a new combination that tasted much more refined than what they thought it would taste like.
Yeah. And it's just like a really good episode because
Ah.
you start seeing like all these really good themes of like
Mhm.
so the dude's name is the alchemist. That's his nickname, you know? And
Yeah.
so like all of his you start seeing
'Cause
like
he makes
the
gold
Yeah.
from poop. No.
you start
Nope, that's
seeing
not it.
no,
Nope.
no,
No,
that's
he does not make gold from poo.
That's
Well,
also
yes.
not how alchemy works
Yes.
necessarily.
I don't know what's happening.
But you start to see like the expertise of the top 10 student
Mhm.
council, and
Mhm,
you
mhm,
start to see
mhm.
like there's a lot of stuff in stake.
Right.
And even this guy who basically doesn't really cook and just like does really crappy like behind the scenes like shadow shit.
He's not crappy. So
He's
basically,
a good cook.
yeah.
They're all good cooks. yeah.
Azan has a very like refined taste, and he has to understand food in order to consult and do business. Because up to this point, they've just showed him doing like, oh, I'm a consultant and I do business and I wear a leopard shirt.
I talk
But
on the
then-
side
I wear a
myself
leopard
yeah.
shirt. I'm
So
a piece of
they
shit.
basically say like, well, of course his palate is refined enough to make it into the top 10 because he
Mhm.
has to know good food in order to
To
be a
sell it,
good
yeah.
like consultant.
Mm-hmm,
But also, Rindo is the best.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rindo never fails to be the best of the Elite 10.
And this was one of those episodes where there was like almost no women whose clothes ripped off, and it was all men.
Yay!
All men. So you know, I'm just saying that there is equal representation, especially in this episode.
Flying to the sky
Yes,
of emotion.
But it is definitely
Yeah.
a great episode. I do like also the theme of like the speech that Soma makes at the end, where it's just like, we're not going to take this lying down. Like,
Yeah.
we're definitely going to fight back. And
We're
you see
finally
them kind of,
doing it.
yeah, like the kids are finally like, we are not going to stand by and have this school ripped from us. So it's, I think it's a very good challenge to the villain son that we have now.
Cool.
And speaking of poultry, we're going into our main topic. Not bad, right? That was okay.
That
was
wasn't-
like a 4.
I can't-
4 out of 10.
Yes, main topic.
That's not bad.
I don't. What did? What,
But our main topic today is that we're just talking about anime that we're thankful for and
'Cause
has
it's
basically
Thanksgiving
changed our
week.
lives because it is Thanksgiving in
Can I
a
make
couple
the
of days.
traditional Thanksgiving thankfulness sound? Ready?
Yep.
Brr, 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 brr.
That is not a traditional sound in any tradition or culture. So I don't really know
Apparently
why
a
you would
tradition
think
here
that.
now.
I've invented it.
So,
I made that
yeah,
sound
thank
up
you for
the
the
first
air
time.
horn sound, I guess, which I guess
It's festive.
hails the eve of Thanksgiving.
Yay.
So yeah.
So we're talking about the anime that have series that have changed our lives one by one because you know what, Emma and Matt aren't here, so we have time for that shit.
Let's just go into
Let
a
it
nice
roll.
soft fest. Get your tissues out because you're gonna cry.
Dude, man,
I
that has nothing
guarantee
to do
it.
with it.
No, I don't guarantee that at all.
All right.
All right.
All right, so let's start off with Michelle.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Mine's at
It's
the
you.
bottom.
We're working from the bottom.
Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna get to go. Guys, if you didn't know which one mine was, I'll tell you now. It's Sailor Moon. And you guys should know that if you've even one Google of me. So Sailor Moon. Nope, yep, just keep scrolling around.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, you're bad indeed. If you guys don't know the basic premise of Sailor Moon, it's a young girl gets magical powers and has to save the world and her friends with her friends. Friendship and the moon, and she's secretly a princess. Spoilers. So this series came out in America in, I want to say, like 1994-ish, right? Stop playing. Not what? Why am I gasping? What's happening?
Nothing's happening.
Okay, so around like 1990. Well, I started watching it like around 1994, so that means that I had just entered high school. When I entered high school, I didn't have any friends. I went to like a magnet school away from where
in
I went to, like,
1994, you were in middle school.
I was in the freshman year of high school. That's 94. So 94 going on 95 because
I'm a year older than
you. Oh, that's right. Wait, you're right.
I started
Sorry.
high school in 1995.
I'm trying to say 1996. Sorry.
Yes.
So 94, 96 is when it was airing in America, and in around like 96, I went to high school. I didn't have any friends, and like something that weirdly got me some friends was that I noticed some other girl had like a Sailor Moon like sticker or something on her notebook, and I was like, "Holy shit, where'd you get that?" Because at that time we had no products.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so we became friends, and I got into I made some other friends through that. So I started making my main group of friends kind of, they were interested in anime like in high school, and that's kind of how they stuck around. That was really great. And then in college, the same thing happened all over again. I got there, didn't know anybody. I went to Penn State. Ooh, Pennsylvania. I'm not really that proud of my college. And it was just the state school, and I just studied my ass off the whole time. But everyone was like, "No, football." And I ended up joining the anime club. Actually, no. First, I found there was an Iaido club. Iaido is the Japanese art of sword drawing. It's a very specific club.
Actually pretty awesome that you're still
yeah, so you practice with wooden swords, and real swords aren't like super sharp. And it's just like you go from the sitting position to drawing your sword to standing up to striking is what that whole study is. Anyway, my friends there, I figured out that when people were into that shit, they also are into anime, because all of a sudden they were all sitting in a circle and they're all talking about anime, and I was like, "Oh my god, do you guys watch anime?" Like, they're like, "Yeah." Like, "Are you part of the anime club?" I'm like, "There's an anime club." So they got me to go to the meetings. They actually invited me to go with them to KatsuCon, and I was like, "What's that? Like, what's an anime convention?" They're like, "Oh my god, what girl!" So they like taught me about conventions. I was like 18, when I first started going to conventions, and it was so fun, and that's how I made my core group of friends, and that's still how I have my friends, is through nerd stuff. So anyway, long story short, it made me start studying Japanese. I was really interested in it. I ended up majoring in Japanese as one of my majors. I moved to Japan for 3 years. I met the person I was going to marry. He's not Japanese, but he was also there teaching English as well. I moved back here, got a job working for a Japanese fashion magazine, and I still work in Japanese shit today, and it changed my fucking life, guys. Anime is great. Woo! Woo! But it did start with Sailor Moon. If you guys if you guys don't know about how awesome Sailor Moon is, I won't give you the long story of it. I guess we'll just pull up the picture, and it'll give you, I guess, the best rundown of what Sailor Moon.
And just to add, if anyone in chat wants to actually put in what their first anime or what anime that they're thankful for, we'll definitely give you a shout out, and then we can discuss it, because we got all the time in the world.
We do. So Sailor Moon wasn't my first anime, like Speed Racer was, but this is the one that changed my life. So if you look at the image which got pulled down, you did see. So obviously it was a manga first, top left. There are several million musicals of it. The middle top. There are a lot of video games on the top right. It's kind of like a side scroller fighting game, like Ninja Turtle style.
Definitely played.
There's RPG games. There's a lot of different games. Bottom left. Do you guys remember we've referenced it before in the show? Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon was the live action version of the show, and then bottom right is that time when America tried to do a reboot of Sailor Moon.
Yes.
I did not know that was a thing that existed.
Yeah,
That looks awful.
It was a live action, and then when they turned to Sailor Scouts, they went to this shitty anime version. It's amazing. So if you guys don't know what that is, look it up. It's on YouTube. It's disgusting and sad.
Great. Oh boy, I actually did not know that existed.
Yeah.
But that is perfect.
But yeah, Sailor Moon just showed me like that. Not only did it become my obsession, but it kind of showed me that what a deep friendship was, because I never really had a deep friendship before. Like I had like friends from school, but we didn't fight for each other or like have fights with each other in order to learn more about each other, that kind of stuff. So it was like good learning, and like it was a good gateway drug to other anime.
Well,
so that's mine. It's Sailor Moon.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, I have very good memories of Sailor Moon. That was definitely
Yeah.
one of the first ones that I've watched. And for being a like a small Asian boy, like probably shouldn't have thought it was as cool as it was, but it was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And it's just like those. It's definitely one of those core series that, like, if you were an American in like the early 2000s, that you saw like the 5 or 6 series
Mhm.
that you saw. Sailor Moon was definitely one of them. It's definitely formative of
Yeah.
the whole culture as well. And I'm seeing in chat, I just saw a One Punch Man. Apparently, someone is thankful for, which is great.
Someone's a
Robotech,
Robotech.
which is old
Classic,
school,
dude.
real old school.
I see y'all trying to nerd check each other in chat. I get you.
That was definitely one of the first ones that I watched in junior high school because a science teacher of mine actually had a club for Robotech.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Speed Racer is definitely one of them as well. I remember Speed Racer. Like, do you guys remember Speed Racer that much?
Yeah, it's the first anime I watched. It was on MTV. It really at midnight or something.
Oh, that's right.
When was
Yeah.
that?
Because there's like,
it was way back. It was
there's
before
an old
Sailor Moon.
version, and then there's like an edgier, darker version.
So they
The
only
Dark
released the
version is the
episodes
one
with
that I
like
saw.
Racer X like a little later on, so
Yeah.
not in the 70s.
Uh-huh.
And there's a whole interesting story. You guys can. What's something burning? It's Fireside Chat is now burning down the whole house. By the way.
I hope so.
If you Google it, the director he bought Speed Racer. He was an American guy, and then he was like, I have to make this friendly for kids, and so he changed the plot of a lot of the whole thing to make
Yeah.
it safe. But yeah.
Yeah.
It
Oh
heavily.
man, I think the MTV version was like super intense. Though.
Yeah, I've never
It
seen
was
that.
like about
that
doping.
was the edited
Crazy.
version though. Like
Was it?
I've never seen the
That's an
unedited
edited version.
Yeah.
That's
Edited
so
version.
dark.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah. Also Voltron, but I did see in chat, and I'm sorry, I can't see your name anymore, but someone did say Record of Lotus War.
oh yeah, it was
Yes.
Yeah.
Ozai 76. I think?
yeah.
And that just so happens to be.
That happens to be an anime I'm thankful for. Record of Lotus War is not my first anime, but it was my first real introduction into like high fantasy and D&D. I had no friends growing up, so when you don't have friends, you can't play D&D.
yeah.
But I had also being as I'm like first generation born here in America. I had never read The Hobbit growing up because my parents had no way of introducing me to any sort of literature.
Mm.
All of this stuff I kind of discovered after Record of Lotus War. It came out in, I think, 1989, the 6-part OVA series, which I saw on like Animation USA, like at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's where I must have seen it.
Like in the early 90s. That is where I saw it. And
oh man.
it basically was the 6-part OVA. It introduced like all of the elements that you find in high fantasy. So like high elves, dark elves, like
yeah.
all the roles that they play. So I had no idea like D&D was a thing.
dragons.
Mm.
Yeah, it had its own lore, and it actually had a fan-based RPG made out of it because it was so popular at the
Ooh,
time.
we should play that.
And it had an SNES game, which I definitely played.
I didn't know they had one.
Yep, it's so old, and you can only find it in like certain things. You can find emulated. Like it does not like it did not age well.
Oh.
Not age well.
It's
Wait,
bad.
the game didn't age
The
well?
game did not age well.
Okay, the game didn't age well.
Yeah,
But if you actually watch the anime
if you
series
watch
now,
yeah,
it's some of the most beautiful animation
it's
I've ever seen.
still
Holds up.
really
Yeah.
pretty.
Still holds up, which is
Uh,
crazy to say.
Zenblade points out that Records of Grencrest War is coming soon and it's related to Lotus
Yes.
War.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lotus War. So it has a 6-part OVA, and it also spawned a 26 series episode based on but I think it's parallel but sort of different from the OVA storyline because like spoilers, a bunch of people die in the OVA, which don't die, they come back to life in the series. So those two lines are separate, but it also introduced me to the idea of anti-villains. Because the main, like, quote-unquote villain, Ashen, is not really a villain. He's basically a guy who inherits this kingdom and does his best to kind of lead them by his own way, which as twisted as it is. I had never read that in literature, so being me as an edgelord person,
Edgelord!
I love
Hashtag
that.
Hashtag edgelord.
Yeah, hashtag edgelords, out the edge. But yeah, I love this series, and if you've never seen it, I think you should seek it out and definitely watch the OVA and the 26 episode anime. It definitely
Yeah.
changed my life.
Find it.
OVA stands for original video animation, I
Yes.
believe.
And usually the shorter version or
Yeah.
condensed version of the previous anime or all new story, which is done in 3 or 4 episodes. It's very short.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it doesn't usually show on TV. It's usually
Yeah,
straight
it's just
to
straight
DVD.
to
Right to
video.
dividends.
So
Yeah.
that's really the main difference. There's serialization, which is the 24 TV episode, 26 usual or 12 TV episodes, and the
Yeah.
OVAs. They just kind of go with whatever. Usually the OVAs end up being like the better of the two because of production time. Mainly.
Yeah, production time. The animation quality is definitely better in the OVA
Yeah.
than it is in the series.
And they definitely put a lot more
Yeah.
of the original
Yeah.
material into it. Yeah.
But
So,
I mean, I had very
recommend
similar experiences
Similar
to
to Sora,
Michelle,
yeah.
where I mostly made my friends through anime. I definitely joined anime clubs. Went to like kind of Asian video stores and rented anime.
Oh yes.
Oh, boy.
My
The
my
4
hus-
episodes per VHS.
My
Those were the
husband, who was
days.
in chat with me, with us tonight, he and I both also met and bonded over Vampire Hunter D, which was one of my first animes.
Black Rock Wednesdays. If you guys scroll up, he shared a really nice story about how him and his brother watched Fullmetal Alchemist, and inspired by it, they went camp on a long 6-month camping trip to like
Oh, that's
to have an adventure. That's
beautiful.
really
It was
cute.
amazing.
That's
Oh,
beautiful.
hashtag blessed anime. Oh, he brought us so much. Oh.
Yes.
I know, right? I think it's the funny.
It's true though.
I mean, like I remember when I watched Lotus, like that was probably one of the first animes where someone died.
Yes.
And
where
they
someone
stayed
died
dead.
at-
It's like serious
like a-
consequences.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
well, that really honestly like. I think I was pretty young when I saw this too. That it was like really impactful. You know, it's when you think about like character deaths, you know, you think of like Titanic or whatever, you know, but like it definitely changed my perception of like what anime could be and how sad it could be. And also for Shokugeki, by the way. One of the
Oh, for Shokugeki.
There were so many consequences in that
Why?
one.
It
I
made me
thought it
very
was gonna
sad.
be like Sailor Moon. I was like, oh, because the Sailor Moon actress did the voice
Yes.
for
Yeah.
Mikasa.
Nope.
It's Tamahome
Miyaka.
and Miyaka. Miyaka. He said he screams at every episode. Miyaka.
And-
And I was like, no, this is not. Oh my god. It
Yeah.
like starts with rape, and I'm
But
like,
see, Shokugeki is another one of those. Like, I think it definitely has themes that I'm not uncomfortable with now. But
Yeah.
like, even like Nagato, the main bad guy, I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, I understand his motivations.
Yeah.
well, oh god damn it, her the mangaka of that also did Ayashi no Seres.
Oh
And
God.
That one starts out so rough, and like
Yeah.
she was like, I'm just gonna start from the darkest place I can think of, and it.
I think it was during a time in
Yeah.
the 90s where
That was hard to finish.
all manga was just like, main heroine's gonna suffer some really dire consequences, and then we'll go.
There will be-
up
Yeah,
from
and then
there.
they'll become like the
They-
greatest hero.
Yeah.
There'll be a
And
boy
yeah,
who
the-
likes you and another boy who likes you, and one's gonna die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Suzaku! Very nice, very nice. Thank you,
Yes.
Hannah.
And the last words usually will be like, I just want you to be happy.
Oh my God, Sam
tear.
Goody, rip Sam Goody.
Rip
Oh,
Sam
no.
Goody!
Ah,
All right,
good one,
Max,
Ice
what was
Dog.
your
What was yours,
life-changing
Max?
one?
Well, maybe I kind of gave it away.
Oh.
Lucas, I have a video.
Oh my god, you can't just like surprise him with a fucking
I'm
video.
sorry, I forgot about this
Okay,
one.
now we're just looking at this guy. Make it full screen, you idiot.
I'm trying. This is my first time
This
dealing
is-
with.
You're so
This,
This
is
is the
Max's
first time-
life-changing
This
anime.
is the first time they've made me use the keyboard and stuff. And
I
so
asked you if you wanted to do it. You're like, I know how to do it. I'm like, okay.
I
love
still
that
can.
like Naeem is like, yeah, I love this. He's like,
Yeah.
off on the side.
Cowboy Bebop is awesome. It's stylish, and it's one of those anime you could say you like, and everyone's like, ooh, that's cool, because like Keanu Reeves loves it too.
Keanu Reeves does
Yeah.
love it.
Keanu Reeves loves it.
Everyone loves this.
Wrong. I don't like it.
How dare you? How dare you?
It's beautiful.
Everybody.
Maybe shake the mouse.
Look at
I'm
this
always
dumb
the one
shit.
that hates everything, and everybody is literally. looking
Hey,
at
but
me
it's
like
okay
now,
because
like,
you don't
oh my
have to
God,
like
why?
everything. 'Cause I don't like a lot of shit too. That's not my genre.
Look
of
at
things
how
I like.
beautiful this intro.
But it's okay if other people like it.
This is like one of those themes and intros that just like invoke so many
Yeah,
emotions.
this was not
Yoko Kanno.
Yoko Kanno, who did
Yeah,
all of the music
all of
for
the music.
Cowboy Bebop, and I was like, do I like jazz now? Oh, fuck. It's good. Some of the songs are weird. The Little Bird song creeps me out a lot.
Yeah, but that's the point. The little bird
Yeah,
song is
it's supposed to
creepy.
evoke emotion of what happened in the scene, and goddamn, this is good.
Ah,
Dude,
so
this shit holds
good.
up. You know how old this shit is? It's super fucking old. If you guys don't know what this
The
is,
animation holds up.
yeah, if you guys don't know what this is, go watch
if
it
you
right
have the
now.
Blu-ray, if you don't have the Bluray version and you like anime, like what are you doing?
Mm.
What are you doing? It's so good. It's
How
definitely something
big?
that needs
People-
to like
I
people
feel
stay.
like this is a series that I probably have to like watch as an adult because as a kid, well, I guess as a high schooler, I did not like it.
There's some.
Oh.
There's some.
There's so many
and
good
and
things
it,
about
and
it.
it might also make you sad. So watch out for that.
So, if you guys haven't seen Cowboy Bebop, which I'm
Spoilers.
sure you've all seen it, because it's basically one of the most amazing series that are critically acclaimed to this day, basically. And any person that I've ever had a conversation with, they have seen Cowboy Bebop. And actually, mostly the people that are around our age has definitely seen Cowboy Bebop because it is one of the first anime like Sailor Moon that really brought this kind of like idea of, hey, this is a great art form. And, you know, even though Sailor Moon has been serialized and it was kind of a kid's show, this was kind of the first anime where people of all ages could really enjoy it, especially adults, which is
That
kind
was
of the
released in America,
demographic
like you know, that we could see.
that we could
Yeah.
watch. I mean, it was that, and then it was Trigun, Outlaw Star, basically a lot of stuff that was on Toonami
Well,
really did
wow.
bring it out.
yeah.
But I can't remember if there was a different showing of that wasn't on Toonami, Cowboy Bebop, because
Oh, like an
there's-
edited version? You mean, or what do you mean? Like,
well, okay, so there was a time, right, before we had all this streaming technology or like really good like DVDs and stuff, like you know, like Jenny on all of the old school DVD.
oh, Jenny on. Oh, I was like, what is Jenny on? It sounds so
Jenny on,
familiar.
yeah,
Ugh.
and
Yeah.
ADV
And Pioneer.
and Pioneer.
Oh my god, and manga.
And and before they like, you know, when those were the only like anime publishers for America.
I don't think any of those companies exist anymore.
They do not.
they
None
don't.
of them do.
Fuck.
But the crazy thing is just the idea, like we had to go through hell to find anime,
Yeah.
and there used to be so
Chinese
many
bootlegs.
Chinese bootleg
You
Yeah.
cost so
that
much
you could,
money.
that you could find at like card stores
Ugh.
that
And those
basically
hard-
sold Pokemon
Those
cards.
hard white plastic cases where they just slipped in a photocopy
Yep.
Yeah.
of the fucking title.
Some of them were awful. I
Ugh.
have the chintzy version of Trigun, and his throughout the whole show, it's Dash the Stampede. But the thing about those are they had the American dubs as well, and so like this is basically one of the core series that like introduced a lot of people to anime, and it like
Yeah.
really, you know, everyone was talking about it, even if you weren't a fan of anime. And now look where we've come, like
Yeah.
to this point where
just
it
like on my phone.
yeah, it's a real industry. And even back in the day, like Japan, even though they had a lot of anime promotions, they did not go hard on that stuff until all of these really great shows came out and they really saw like the potential of, you know, promoting anime and promoting like the Akihabara culture. So,
Yeah.
you know, like this is, well, I would have to say one of the most like world-changing anime that I see, but
And you can get it on Laserdisc. Remember
And you can
that?
get it on
I had a friend in
Laserdisc.
college who was like, I'm just gonna like really stick with Laserdisc. I feel it's gonna come back.
do you
Poor guy. He bought all his anime on Laserdisc.
if you don't know what Laserdisc is, because I feel like some people
It's
won't.
just like
They're
this
like
big-
literally like imagine a CD that's about
this
this big.
big.
Like no joke,
like pizza.
they're this
like
big.
a pizza.
Yeah, like a full size pizza.
And it held like just about the same amount of information as like a CD does.
Yeah. It's crazy the stuff that we had.
And then the
Giant
play for it was
DVD.
like
Yeah.
this fucking big.
That was way past my time. Like I remember when we used to watch anime, like Dragon Ball Z, for instance, which was like on one of those random like 5 in the morning channels. We would have to like record it on like VHS tapes, and we would have to record it over and over
Aye.
again. And if someone recorded over it, there would have been death. Because that was the only time. There was no schedules. There was really no internet. Like, we struggled. We struggled.
We
for
struggled.
anime.
Ugh.
We had
Right?
to know the best. Is,
Hashtag we made this country for you.
the best is like the best is fan subs where you bought some VHSs, sent them away, and hoped that they came back after like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Jabberwocky and Ice Hulk point out that they both had it Laserdisc in school because that was something that the Laserdisc industry told schools, like, this is gonna be the only way to show your kids videos for some fucking reason, and they were like, okay, because they had it in mind too, but it was a goddamn ruse.
Yeah.
It was a grift. It was a grift.
Somebody basically said, which is an accurate description, it's a CD the size of a record.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So hashtag bless. Thanks.
Hashtag
Yeah,
bless for you
hashtag-
guys.
Wait, there should be. We
Yeah.
shouldn't start a hashtag for hashtag.
We shouldn't
thanks
start a
anime.
hashtag about everything.
Hashtag
but-
thanks. Think
Th-
hashtag.
Anime's
hashtag thank
giving-
anime.
Thank anime.
Anime's
anime.
giving.
Anime is giving. It's kind of long.
That's
That's
long.
Okay. I don't know.
Hashtag
Whatever. I'm
Weebs
about an
giving.
hashtag.
Weebs
Weebs
giving.
giving.
Got it.
Yeah,
Hashtag
Weebs
Weebs
giving.
giving.
Okay, guys, please do hashtag Weebs giving. Tell us what you're grateful for. We are gonna reply. Like tag
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
It's easier for us to see too.
Yeah, good job,
Yeah.
guys.
Good job.
And I guess it's also I have to say, well, I mean, how much time we got? Oh, okay, it's time. It's almost time for the game. I just wanted to add one more thing. We'll probably have time for some like answering questions at the end. So keep
Ask
on putting it in chat, and whatever
Twitter.
questions you have about the battle days of anime, we'll love to
Yeah.
answer them because it was basically just a rant about how old we are. So hopefully you
Alright.
enjoyed that.
All right.
But now we're going into
Fuzakeru!
Fuzakeru.
You said it wrong.
All
All right. So this week on Fuzakeru, it is a game I created.
Yume is the game's master.
I am the GM this week,
All
and
hail.
this game is called the Battle Over 9,000. These are the rules, so listen carefully. Each player draws a card from this deck of cards that I created today. On the count of 3, each player will look at the card and reveal it to chat.
Always flower.
The stronger character on either card means that the person who has a stronger character will get to toss flour on the loser. If both players throw flour on each other or think that theirs is the strongest, they need to explain to chat why they think theirs is the strongest, and chat will decide.
So you
Who is
guys,
the winner?
You guys decide who's getting floured.
Yes.
This is audience participation.
Please
Yes.
participate.
Please participate.
And then,
Please
Flour
clap.
will be tossed every round. The first to 5 wins is crowned anime sensei.
Well, that's very ambitious.
So these are the cards.
Okay, great.
It's just me. It's just Max and I.
It's all random, by the way.
Yeah,
So
this
we're
is random.
basically trying to explain. We're gonna try to convince you.
Okay.
Batsugeme.
So yeah, you're supposed to leave now.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
So okay, 3, 2, 1. So who's the stronger?
Well, I don't
Can we look
even
at them
know what
now?
I'm saying.
Yes, look at him.
Oh, I don't even.
Wait, who is that? Let me see.
I have Matsuko Kusanagi.
Okay. I have Saber from.
Okay,
Fate
you
Stay
do. You go
Night.
first.
Saber from Fate Stay Night, obviously, because she's basically immortal and she has her noble phantasm. Basically, is a giant explosion that destroys fortresses. So, and also she's immortal. Just saying.
Okay, rebuttal. Guess who else are immortal? Robots who have their minds transferred to other robots for all of eternity because robots are going to rule the whole world in the future. Matoko Kusanagi has ninja skill. She has fighting skill. She has guns that can go into her hand. Matoko Kusanagi definitely wins.
There's just no way she could possibly win. She's
Yeah,
basically
the-
an immortal hero.
Yeah, look at all these twos.
Okay,
Oh, hero.
Michelle wins.
Two. Yeah.
Check on it. All right, Michelle's 1, Max 0. Next round.
Statistically, there is no way that she would win ever in a battle. Why is this so sweet?
All right, next card,
It's waffle
guys.
mix.
All right,
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Well, it's not focusing.
Oh, what is yours?
Is mine cheese for cheese
Cheese.
street?
She.
Wait, what's
This
yours?
is Ava 01.
So is this stronger in general or stronger against each other?
Yeah, it's up to you. This is
Whatever.
all
All right.
opinion based.
Okay, so you're
Cheese.
Sell it to chat.
I'll go first this time. So Chi's number 1, vote 1 for Chi. Chi would win because in a battle between these two characters, Chi's the smaller of them, and even when we want to register her sweet, 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 innocent presence. Also, if Shinji ever got that goddamn Ava, which he's never inside of anyway, he'd be like, oh, look at this cute cat. Oh, I can't kill. I must run away. Meh, meh, and then she would win. The end. Number 1.
All right, Max.
Please vote 1 for me.
Your arguments.
Ava 01.
That's not
I
an
mean,
argument.
come on. It's a giant robot. Don't vote out of spite.
Oh!
It is Chi from Chi
This
Sweet
game is
Home.
rigged. This game is rigged.
Ready, get blocked. 1, 2, 3.
All right, round 3, guys. Round 3.
I don't like this game.
You have to tell them which number to vote for. It helps.
Yeah.
Ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Vote for 2.
I'm 1. What is this?
What is
What did
yours?
you guys get?
Oh, so you're 2 now? Okay, I'm 1. I'm 1.
Michelle, you're always 1. Max, you're always 2.
Oh, I'm always 1. Okay, I'm always 1. So I am a Gundam.
Gundam Wing?
I'm Gundam
I'm
Wing.
Michelle's
Goku.
Gundam
Hmm.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead. What's your
Wait,
argument?
so did Max win the first time? Guys, wait, okay, Max is one. So I guess Max was the winner last time, not me.
So Max is the
All right,
winner.
I wanna be blunt. It's so sweet.
All right.
Why'd you
Max
give us
is
waffle
one.
mix?
Michelle is two.
I'm sorry, Max.
Whoops, sorry, guys.
All
All right.
first?
So make your argument
you go
for
first, Max.
for
First
Goku.
time.
Goku, obviously, because he's basically a god now, and he's against basically the most self-destructed Gundam in the history of the series. I'm not kidding you. That Gundam has like self-destructed at least like 12 times.
My argument, vote 2 for me, is that Gundam Wing is super, super big and can crush Goku with one little stepsies. He'd be like, "You're a dad, I'm a robot. I live forever in the memories of all the people who love me. I'm the best." And that's like
He
the only
can
argument
destroy
I have.
planets for fun.
I'm like real big.
All right, guys. What is it? 1 for Max with Goku.
No,
2.
it was 2 for me.
So
and then-
2 for 2.
Wait,
2.
no, you switched it.
You switched it.
Okay, so I'm 1.
You're 1.
Okay, I'm
You're 1. Max is 1.
Okay, sorry, redo.
Redo. Max is 1. Michelle is
I'm
2.
2. Hold up your number with your finger. Everyone says it's 2 for Max.
2 for Max. All right, Max,
Is it?
you're the winner.
Poll closed. How dare you? Oh, okay, someone did it. So Max 8, Michelle 5. Thank you, Parvis.
Thank you for doing it.
All right.
So I guess technically it's 3 for Max and 0 for you, Michelle.
Wait, is it? I won the first one. No, I won the first one.
Okay.
Okay. It's
Okay.
1 and 2.
It's 1 and 2. All right, next round.
Okay.
All right, Michelle.
But this is random. Okay, I'm gonna pick a different one. Okay.
All right.
1, 2.
3, 2, 1. Who'd you get? Max?
I got so You got so many. Johanna?
You
got Johanna from Love
Love
Live, season 2.
What are they, fist fight? Okay, if this was a cooking contest, definitely the winner.
No, this is a battle of sheer will, and I think
If
that
this is a matter of sheer will, Soma has more will than Johanna.
Johanna
sure.
will use her little devils to take down Soma. Also, she's so adorable and everyone fucking loves her, but no one likes her. No one likes Soma.
Soma,
Just his
everyone
5
loves
friends.
Soma.
Just his 5 friends.
Everyone
She
loves
is
Soma.
the best girl.
And
All right, guys.
Vote. Wait, what's my number again?
So 1 for Max, 2 for Michelle.
Vote 2 for Johanna. You know you want it. Love Live season 2. It's very good, you guys. Guys, I see you every day. in
What?
chat.
What?
I'm
I
2.
see it. I see it.
2.
Who is it? Who's the winner?
2. Damn it. Ozai says it's 2 for Max. Someone close the poll. Let's look
Close
at
the
it.
poll. What is
Close the
it?
poll, Close the poll. There are 20-second delays, so. No!
Max.
He's been blocked a lot now. It wants to go in my eye. I don't like the hair of the week.
I also look like Shiro.
So Max, you're at 4.
I'm at 4. And
So
Michelle's
Max
at 1.
needs 1 more
So this
to
is the last
win.
round. Don't forget, Max is 1. I'm 2
Wait.
always.
Let's do this. You
What?
pick from this file. I'll pick from this file.
All right,
Just 1.
Okay.
Okay. So
Or
show.
no. You can see. You might as well look at them, right?
No, don't
No?
look at him.
Okay.
It's blind. But don't mix with the other ones you've already pulled. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Who'd you get?
Oh, I haven't watched this.
Oh, this is from Kill la Kill.
I get a new one. I can't argue. I don't know what it is.
Okay, go.
All right, Michelle, who'd you get?
I got Ichigo from Bleach.
I got Kira from Death Note.
If you guys don't vote number 2 for Ichigo from Bleach, who's a fucking Shinigami,
So-
then I don't know what's
But
wrong
he's a
with
real
y'all.
person, so that means that I can kill him.
I'm a fictional person that lives in the Death Realm. I am basically your boss.
What?
And I don't. Yeah, because the Shinigami is like the dude who rules your school, and he's the one doing all the killing.
He's
Vote
the
2
one that
for
no one
Michelle.
likes.
Vote 2 for Michelle. Vote 2 for Michelle. No, guys, you're betraying
Everybody's
me.
working.
You guys always
voting
vote for him.
Max.
I have the
Vote
Death
2.
Note. That's all
Vote
I'm
2.
saying.
I have all the biggest ass swords that exist in the underworld.
Yeah, but you're still alive, so that means I can kill you.
I have it. My series is longer than
Ice
yours.
Talk says Kira had a Shinigami for a pet.
It's
I
true.
had the most episodes of anime. All right, what was
All
the
right,
plus
Final
score?
count. Who was it? Was it Max or Michelle?
Oh my god, guys! Thanks for dealing with the polls, y'all. I appreciate it.
I feel
Wait,
like Max
close the
won
polls.
this
Come on,
one.
guys. Oh, I think chat's lagging. Chat's lagging.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, we know Ichigo.
Ichigo also
Ichigo
sucks.
Whoa! I won by one.
Oh, Michelle won!
Oh my God.
I think that was a pity win, but okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay!
All right.
Thanks, Minnie Moon. So, all right, guys, I only won 2, and Max won 4.
All right.
So, last round. Let's just say last round.
okay, yeah.
All right. 3, 2,
shit, I
1.
What is this?
Who'd
What'd I
you
get?
get?
Umaru-chan!
I got Vampire Hunter T.
Oh, shit.
All right.
All
All right,
just
chat.
argue
1
who's
for Max and Vampire to D, or 2
2
for
for
Michelle
Umaru-chan.
with
I
Umaru-chan.
think Umaru-chan wins based on character development alone. I'm not a one-note monkey like that Vampire D. Guys, please
I
vote
already
2
got
for
my
Umaru-chan,
flower ready.
please.
That's all I'm saying. I
Please
already
vote
got
2
my
for
flower
Umaru-chan.
ready. You might as well just vote.
You
Yeah.
guys totally
You guys
Yeah,
are
please,
goddamn
thanks.
traitors. I'm gonna remember this tomorrow. I swear to you.
I'm
I'll get my revenge.
get
You
an
always
extra
want Max to
handful.
win.
All
All
right.
right, close that
Close
poll.
that
Yeah,
poll.
I know I'm gonna lose. Ugh.
Oh.
You guys are the, you guys
Oh,
are the
man.
worst. You guys are the worst fans. How dare you? Yeah, thanks for the pity vote, KF Josepher. I can't read your name.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Ozai. Did you guys close the poll? Oh, there it
Yep,
is.
19 for Max.
Jesus Christ. Don't make it. Oh, God.
And the winner is Max, guys.
The winner of all games, the Game Master.
Thanks, Ice Hulk. I appreciate you. Right now, you're dead to me.
So there we are. Max is anime sensei.
I am anime sensei, anime senpai,
I lost.
sentai of games.
Guys, there's so much sugar flour in the air now.
Well, thanks guys for joining us this week.
Yeah.
You know, be thankful. Just hashtag, what was it? Weebsgiving.
Weebsgiving.
Hashtag
Weebsgiving. Hashtag
We,
Weebsgiving.
we really do want to know like what you guys feel
Yeah.
thankful
We'll
for.
read the best ones, so like the most cry stories, so like make them good. Next week.
and
Yes.
next week.
Yeah.
So have a good holiday, guys,
Or just
and we
tomorrow.
will see you next week. We are
Because-
hyper. Oh,
No,
we
you-
are
no,
hyper.
no,
Otaku.
no.
No,
We-
I thought-
We
are
are Hyper
Otaku.
Otaku. Bye, guys. Happy Weebsgiving.
Bye.
Be thankful and shit.